Misfits, my homies from FineFine just released a new AmpliTank mic, and like Keith Lee, I got it, let's try it, and rate it 1 through 10. This is the Misfit Heroes Podcast, and it's time to get your learn on. School is in session.
Playing the Misfit Heroes Podcast.
Misfits, a couple of months ago, my peoples from FineFine let me review their FineFine AmpliTank 3. For a novice podcaster, it was fantastic and easy to use right out of the box. Their AmpliTank line is their set of super sturdy, easy-to-use podcast mics designed for podcasting on a budget, while also being hella durable with their all-steel construction. And with a price tag of around $80 USD, they can take a beating without uppercutting your wallet. Now, with the release of their new AmpliTank Profile III mic, I'm expecting a lot of top-notch quality with big bang for your buck. So, let's check it out. First, the unboxing. Let's cut that sweet, sweet tape. Today I'm using a Tonto blade to slice and dice all the packaging. Here's the beautiful box. Don't mind that nick on the packaging. It's just a certain delivery company's way of letting me know that they care. Inside the box, we've got the manual, and when I lift this simple piece of foam, look at that absolute unit of a microphone. Sturdy isn't a strong enough word. Robust. That's what I'm going to go with, robust. Also, we've got another one of these super fancy FineFine branded USB-C cords. It's a really nice touch there. And, as you may have noticed, the Profile 3 comes with an included bass stand. And this thing is a blunt force weapon in itself. Look how big and heavy it is. Sorry, I'm fat-shaming a microphone now. If you prefer to use a boom arm or other form of attachment, the mic stand unscrews and fits into any standard 3/8" or 5/8" boom arm thread fitting. Form and function. I love it! As you can see, there's a headphone input and a USB-C input, but no XLR. So, if you're trying to use this with an older audio interface, you may want to look at their AmpliTank Tank 3 instead of the Profile 3. But if you're just using this for solo podcasting, this will work with any PC or Mac setup, as well as PS4 and PS5 consoles. The FineFine Profile 3 is ready to use right out of the box, and setup is so simple that it hurts. All you need to EQ and level your new mic is in 3 knobs. You've got a headphone volume and mic gain volume knob on one side, and a monitor level knob on the opposite side. There's also the handy-dandy mute button that glows green when it's powered on and ready to record, and turns red when it's muted. Easy as cake. The Profile 3 is a cardioid pickup pattern, so you want to speak directly at the mic with your face roughly 8 to 12 inches away from the mic itself. There's also a built-in low-cut filter on the back of the mic to reduce low-frequency noise disturbances like fans or noisy family members. Did I just say that out loud? I think I said that out loud. So, how does the FineFine Profile 3 sound? Well, let's pit it against my current mic, the Shure MV7, in a test of might and magic. On paper, the Profile 3 has a frequency range of 70 Hz to 20 kHz with low cut off, and 150 Hz to 50 kHz on, which makes the mic sound clean and bright. Let's start this battle with my personal pet peeve, plosives. Say that 4 times fast. Personal pet peeve plosives, personal pet peeve plosives, personal pet peeve plosives, personal pet peeve plosives. And now the classic sentence we test with. Sally played Parcheesi on her big trip to Paris. On the MV7, Sally played Parcheesi on her big trip to Paris. And on the Profile 3, Sally played Parcheesi on her big trip to Paris. So, how does the Profile 3 sound to you? Here's my take. The FineFine Profile 3 saved me some time with leveling because of how easy the knobs are to adjust mic gain. This saves me time in post-editing as well, because you get a quality recording from the initial recording, and you don't need to fiddle with the gain level when you're editing your audio in post. So for ease of use, it's a big time plus for someone who's not an audio engineer. That means you, beginner podcasters. But this is a solid entry for beginners and podcast experts alike. It's very handy for solo podcasters, but again, if you're going to do interviews or have more than one speaker, you'll want an audio interface that will support more than one USB input due to the lack of XLR. That being said, this is a fantastic mic for those doing Zoom calls, live streaming, gaming, and most types of content creation. There are some downsides I see as well, though. On the previous Tank 3 mic I reviewed, the mic could be adjusted easier. Here's the old mic. See right here where the mic only has one metal side to pivot back and forth? Well, if you look at the Profile 3, there's metal on both sides. So if you want to adjust the mic from upwards to downwards, you have to unplug the mic to do that. Also, as I mentioned before, there's no XLR on this mic. Now, when I travel to podcast, I use my Zoom PodTrack P4, and no XLR means there's one less input that I can use. There was one on the Tank 3, I'm not sure why the design change came on this brethren. But that's really about my only gripes with this model. It's just as strong as the Tank 3, and if you're able to get around the lack of XLR ports, this is a very solid mic for your setup. Now, one thing I would be remiss of not showing y'all is the low-pass filter switch on the bottom of the mic. I haven't covered this yet, so let's demonstrate why you want one. If you're using this in a room that hasn't been audio treated, a low-pass filter can filter out high-frequency noises from things such as fans or hisses from other devices in your space. For example, here's a recording I made with my 3D printer running. Here's with the switch on. This is a podcast about speaking next to a 3D printer. That doesn't sound like a lot of fun, does it? And here's with the switch off. This is a podcast about recording a conversation next to a very loud 3D printer. I don't know why anyone would do this, but it's a Tuesday. See, it can make a big difference. So, next time you record a podcast, make sure to do it right next to your very loud 3D printer. That was a joke. Don't do that. So, do I recommend the FineFine Profile III? Well, of course. Regardless of the missing XLR and the subtle design changes, the Profile 3 shines just like all the other FineFine products I've tested. I do think that those traveling with this mic should compare this to the FineFine Tank 3 mic, and I've conveniently linked to that video down in the description and in an end screen at the end of this video. And as always, there's links to buy any of these mics in the description and show notes below. So, per the norm, I'm yet again satisfied with the FineFine line of products. The Profile 3 will make a fine addition to my podcasting rig. Hashtag callback joke. Misfits, thank you so much for watching this review, and if this video helped you at all, won't you kindly aggressively nudge that like and subscribe button, and be sure to leave a rating or review of the show on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever else you listen to this podcast. And if you have any questions about podcasting whatsoever, leave me a note down in the comments below. Who knows, you may be in the next video. And as always, if you do nothing else in this big, beautiful world of podcasting today, let it be this. Be kind, love one another, and be a hero. Now for some simulated talking while that satisfying end screen loads. Wow, what an episode. Can you believe that guy did a podcast while his 3D printer was right next to his microphone the whole time? It's almost like that's a weird behavior or something. I wonder, how long do you have in an end screen? I think the max is like 15 seconds. Who would hang around here for all that? That's just a strange behavior. Oh, what are you still doing here? The video's over, bro. Click this one and go to the next one. What are you doing? Bye.